This is Meteorologist Matthew East, and this is the Tuesday edition of the Carolina Weather Video here on this 9th day of December. And a lot to talk about. Very dynamic storm system set to pull on into and through our area over the next 72 hours. This morning, some big thunderstorms have erupted over the southern plain states. Severe weather's been a problem in parts of Texas and Louisiana up into Arkansas. And those thunderstorms still quite significant this morning. There's the big view across the lower 48. So you have a severe weather threat here in the southern plains into the lower Mississippi Valley today. Then up into the cold air, sort of this band of snow from the New England states on through the Great Lakes and the Midwest, and sporadic snow showers back into parts of the plain states. In terms of severe weather today, there's the Storm Prediction Center Day 1 outlook. Much of Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi in that severe weather threat. And that will be trying to move eastward, although the area gets a little more stable, obviously, the farther east you go. Let's take a look at some of the modeling here. And what I'm showing you here, this is a look at the NAM model, the 6Z run of the NAM. And this is valid 1 o'clock this afternoon. Big upper air trough moving through the southern Rockies. That's going to cut off into a closed upper air low. The northern branch continues moving eastward, and that'll push some colder air across the northern part of the country. So that's 1 o'clock this afternoon. 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, that southern branch trough moving into the that southern part of the trough, rather, moving into the lower Mississippi Valley. And finally, here we are at 7 p.m. tomorrow evening, and actually, I'm sorry, 7 p.m. Thursday evening, as that big upper air low moves into the Carolinas. That is the NAM, 7 o'clock Thursday evening. The 6Z GFS has now come into fairly good agreement with the NAM. It's just about 6 hours slower. That's valid 1 o'clock in the morning on Friday. And you have that upper air trough and still a closed upper air low in northeast Georgia there on the GFS. That begins to swing into the Carolinas. So actually, with the 6Z cycle, the NAM and the GFS in relatively good agreement, although the GFS is just a touch slower. So a couple aspects of this storm. First of all, today, some showers, certainly a possibility from time to time here across the Piedmont. There's your developing area of low pressure near Memphis. Severe weather threat would be back into the lower Mississippi Valley and the Tennessee Valley. That's 7 p.m. this evening. There we are, 7 p.m. tomorrow evening. And again, this is the GFS, 6Z GFS. It's still really not indicating a whole lot during the day tomorrow across the Carolinas. But with that said, here's some of the instability parameters off of the NAM. And I know this is a little tough to see probably, but we do have some instability making its way in, especially along to the east and south of Interstate 85. So I have mentioned a thunderstorm possibility tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night in my forecast package this morning. And it's not out of the realm of possibility. We could see a couple of strong to severe storms depending on how things set up as tomorrow unfolds. So that's something we'll keep an eye on. So that's sort of phase one of this system, the thunderstorm chance tomorrow and tomorrow night. Then we switch gears into a heavy soaking rain potential. This is back to the GFS, and this is valid 7 o'clock in the morning on Thursday. And our next area of low pressure moving into the Florida Panhandle. And we see a nice rain event moving into the Piedmont. 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Thursday, that low moving into Georgia. And that is a nice steady rain continuing to occur across the Carolinas. 7 p.m. in the evening Thursday, same deal. Rain continues to fall. And finally, as we get on out to 1 o'clock in the morning Friday, the GFS takes that low in the northeastern parts of North Carolina, and the heavier rain begins to taper off. This is the HPC accumulated precipitation, and that is a lot of rain across the southeast, and of course the drought's still really raging across North Georgia into the westernmost Carolinas, and they need this rain badly in that region, and so hopefully this will materialize. And it looks like a very good soaking rain still on tap, 2 to 3 inches of rain, a good possibility across much of the Carolinas with this rain event. So the rain, the steady, heavy rain Wednesday night into Thursday, that's sort of phase two of this system. And the third part is any chance of a little bit of snow on the back side of the system. Let's go back now to the GFS. This is valid 7 o'clock in the morning Friday. and you have colder air crashing in on the backside of that departing low pressure area. And again, that's 7 o'clock in the morning off the GFS. This is now the NAM model. We backed it up to 7 in the evening Thursday. Remember, the NAM a little quicker. That low in northeastern North Carolina, that is snow on the NAM taken verbatim in the North Carolina mountains, and that's a very chilly air mass in the northern Piedmont. So we're seeing that low-level cold air beginning to seep on in here on the NAM by 7 in the evening Thursday, and that system tries to end as a little snow in the western Piedmont up into the mountains 1 o'clock in the morning on Friday as that low pressure departs. So I still think it's possible, especially in the northwest Piedmont, for this to end as at least a little bit of snow. When you get a big 500 millibar trough swinging through like we're going to have there, you get dynamic cooling from aloft. Sometimes those are pretty tricky systems to forecast. So even though it may look like rain, you may get a quick burst of snow if the precipitation is heavy enough. So again, I don't think we're looking at a big snow event by any means, at least right now, but there still is the potential for at least a little bit of snow as this system ends Thursday night into early Friday. Very dynamic storm system. We have the chance for showers and storms as we go, showers today, and then showers and a couple thunderstorms tomorrow into tomorrow night, and then maybe a heavy rain event later tomorrow night into Thursday. Possibility of just a little bit of snow as the system ends Thursday night into Friday. All right, that is it for this edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Next edition of the video should be posted early on Wednesday morning. Everyone have a great Tuesday, and God bless.